Hello everyone, we're back with our initiate guide. We're starting the whole game over, giving a guide to anyone just starting out or returning to the game after some time being away. So just stay tuned for a full series, and we're just starting right from the very beginning with the new accounts. So speaking of which, that gives you a choice of 3 Warframes, Excalibur, Mag, and Volt. Excalibur is great with melee. Mag is great for support, and armor stripping too. But we're going to start with Volt here. He has 3 particular abilities that I'm very fond of, so we're going to pick him. So, those 3 abilities, I mean, the first one is kind of that one in a sense. It's where he does, it's his discharge ability. It's great for later on. You only start with this first ability, the shock, for now. But once you get later into the game, you'll get to use it. And once you mod it properly, it's very powerful. Anyway, let's move on. Oops, I did that. We're going to choose one of 2 weapons here, Skana or the bow. I'm going to go with the bow for now. It's neither are particularly great for later on, but these will suffice for now. Yeah. And yeah, starting out the game, yeah, you're definitely going to need resources. This game is very reliant on obtaining resources. So now we'll go on and choose between 2 secondary weapons, the Leto or the Kunai. We'll go with the Kunai for now. All the 4 weapons here shown, you can get them later on with credits. They don't require any resources or use of the foundry to obtain. You can just buy them from the market or the arsenal. I think the price for each of them is roughly 25,000. Just off the top of my head. Oh, yeah. Yeah, accuracy with the kunai is rather low further out. But there you go. Well, let's move on. Now, this whole first mission has been changed a few times over the years. This is probably the most drastic that they introduced the tutorial for the movements into this mission, and it was desperately needed. So that's a part of why I'm doing this whole series, just so that I can show, this is how you do like the bullet jump, and this is how you do the, well, yeah, there's 2 ways to do a bullet jump. Either you slide and you look up to the sky and jump, or you slide and double jump forwards. So anyway, let's move on to this confrontation with Captain Vor. I kind of spammed the first ability. You kind of want to be a little more careful than I was about it. And yeah, if you don't take out his shield with that with Volt's ability here, I would just use the bow, because it deals impact damage, and impact deals the most of the base 3 damage types: impact, slash, and puncture. So yeah, once you take his shield out and hit him one more time, he teleports away. So now we just focus on lifting the lockdown. There we go. Clear those dudes out, and then, well, I forget that. See, when you start out the game, I started playing this game in 2013, so 8 years ago. The controls were a bit different, and I'm accustomed to those controls. More on that a little later. So here we get the choice of 2 primaries, the Breton or the Paris Mark 1 variants. And so now we just try to take out some of these guys with the Paris. There's a little bit of drop on the arrows from that distance, but sometimes I can account a little too much for arrow drop, and I'll aim a little too high. But I got these guys here actually on the first, well, not on that shot, but there you go. And then, yeah, I didn't see those explosive barrels from up there, so, could have done something. Oh, yeah, there you go. Forgetting again that by default it's square instead of circle now. But yeah, let's move on. Last part of this mission is securing our ship out of here. We gotta get our ride out of what, I don't know what the actual node of this mission is, but anyway. So you just use the terminal here, hack it. It's pretty easy little hack. Always, the Grenadier ones are always really easy to do. It's just a little spinning circle thing that you hit X on, and sometimes it'll change the direction, but it's really not too bad. It's always just a little tedious at times, so eventually you'll want to get the ciphers. Anyway, we're going to defend the ship while it cycles power and so forth. Yeah, there we go. I'm not accounting for that, or I'm thinking that the projectile is a little too slow when it's faster than it appears to be. I mean, all of the bows, they have their own sort of projectile speed, and the bullet drop, especially for the one like the lens, that thing does. Well, I won't get into it, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of different weapons in the game, period. So you'll want to go through a majority of them, I would say. Anyway, it just takes time to get all the weapons and so on. Anyway, let me just wipe out the rest of these guys and finish this mission. Oh man, there we go. Yeah, let's finish it off with a double kill. There we go. Gotta love that punch through. So yeah, now we're done, and we'll go through the login reward here. Definitely will need more fix. So those will be, once you do enough defense missions, man, you get so many of those. First things first, really. Once you're done with that mission, I would say customize your control set. I usually revert back to the classic controller, so to speak. Put melee on R1, and then I would put reload on square, but I actually do it on circle here for some dumb reason. Yeah, I'll switch that. Put square with reload, and it'll swap it automatically, which is nice. Then we'll move to the touchpad, pressing in on it. We'll do. I've had it as the show level map, and then we'll do the right on the D-pad for switching the camera shoulder. So like the camera will be over the right shoulder by default, and with hitting right on the D-pad it'll switch it over to the other shoulder. Anyway, then next I'll put the ability menu on up. Although maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to put the ability menu on L1. You do that, and then you have the crouch, slide, and roll on circle. That would be a good option to try. Anyway, and then we'll go back and actually mess with the ability menu. And I like to remap what's on the triangle, circle, X, square to fit how you use the touchpad to use those abilities. But yeah, I'll basically hold up and triangle for the first ability, almost as if, if you have to hold an ability to do the alternate ability, that it'll be similar enough to how it's used with a trackpad anyway. Or touchpad, jeez. Anyway, next part, I mean, it's completely optional, but, I like to enable region chat and disable the profanity filter. It just seems like a little ridiculous for them to disable those, profanity on an M-rated game. Anyway, we'll progress the story here for now, and you'll get to use this arsenal a little with more detail a little later. You'll be using that a lot in this game. There's a lot of you'll be messing with the loadouts, and there's going to be a lot of what they call fashion frame, where you change the color palettes, you change the skins of your Warframe and your weapons and so on. And there's a whole bunch of decorations that you can add to your Warframe or to your weapons. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're just kind of progress. Oh yeah, I was also just kind of looking through recruiting chat. You'll want to use that for getting in a squad. There's also this trading chat just for buying and selling stuff once you hit Mastery Rank 2, but more on that later. And then, yeah, you'll get a Q&A thread, so if you ever have any questions, there's people that will answer them. And then, yeah, region chat is for kind of off-topic discussion. Anyway, that should do it. We'll go on to the next mission in the next video.